triangle 3. What we have is, again, as I told you, these are all right angles. That's a right angle. It's a right angle up here. We have 3 similar triangles. This side, and the whole big piece. Now, to find x, y, and z, let's start with y. Y is always the easiest piece. It's the one in the dead center. The rule is that y is simply going to be the square root of these 2 bottom pieces multiplied. 10 times the 2. So it's going to be 10 times 2, so it's simply the square root of 20. Well, we know the square root of 20 simplifies to 2 root 5. Because remember, 10 is simply a 2 times 5, and you have a pair of 2's, so they're going to come out. Be left behind with a 5. Did that in the other section. Now, let's look at x. How are we going to figure out x? X, same type idea. It's a square root, but it can't be the 10 times 2, because that's what the centerpiece y is. For x, we simply take its closest length, where it's sitting, which is the 10. So we're going to do 10 times the whole length here, the whole leg all the way across. Well, 10 plus 2 is 12. That whole length is 12. So we take this x, it's going to be the square root of the 10 times the whole length, 12. That's going to give me square root of 120. Now I need to simplify that. Well, if you just come back here to the 10, you know, say that's a 2 times 5, 12, 2 times 2 times 3. So I have a pair of 2's, so a 2 can come out, and that's it. So this is simply 2 times the square root of 30. That's what it's going to be, 2 root 30, because you'll be left behind with 2, 5, and 3, which I know is 30. So x is simply 2 root 30. Well, what about z? Z follows the same pattern as the x. Well, what's the closest side on this side of z? It's the 2 measurement. So it's going to be the square root of 2 times the whole length, which is 12. So it's the square root of 24. That's simply going to be 2 root 6. I got that because I noticed this is already have a 2. 12 is simply 2 times 2 times 3. A pair of 2's comes out. That's how I got the 2 out here. And left behind was 2 times 3, which was 6. So here are our measurements. For x, it's simply going to be the closest leg, 10, times the whole length, 12. For z, closest leg, 2, times the whole length, 12. And for y, the easiest piece, it's simply the 10 times the 2 little pieces here. There you have problem 3.